Welcome to the Women of Fort Mill, South Carolina. I'm Kellie, mom of 2 teenagers, serial entrepreneur, and lover of all things that inspire and empower women. After years of supporting women on their journeys, I'm thrilled to be here to spotlight the powerhouse women who make Fort Mill so special.
And I'm Leah, mom of a very busy toddler and your go-to financial guru for making sense of money and planning for the future. I absolutely love helping women feel confident in their finances. And together, Kellie and I are here to connect you with the stories, tips, and insights that can help you thrive personally and professionally.
Every week, we're inviting you to join us for a quick 20-minute chat with local female business owners, women who are really changing the game here in Fort Mill.
You'll walk away with new ideas, practical advice, and a deeper connection to the community. Whether you're seeking motivation, actionable tips to grow your business, or just a bit of solidarity and the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, you're in the right place.
This is the Women of Fort Mill, South Carolina. Let's dive in and meet the incredible women here in our community.
Good morning, Women of Fort Mill. You are listening to episode 2 of the Women of Fort Mill podcast. I am Leah Williams here with my amazing co-host, Kellie Hoover. And today is all about Kellie so that you guys get to know who Kellie is, what drives her, her passions, her background experience, her passion for community. So we're just going to be chatting with Kellie today to learn a little bit more. Kellie, why did you want to be a part of Women of Fort Mill podcast? What was the drive and passion behind doing this?
Well, first off, I'm so excited that we're co-hosting this together. I know when we were really talking about this passion project and kind of what it had been and where we really saw it going, I couldn't have think of a better person to be bringing these incredible women to Fort Mill. So thank you so much. I'm so happy and excited about the future and about all the connections that we're going to help women here make. So really, truly, that's why I wanted to be a part of Women of Fort Mill podcast. I love connecting women. I love supporting women. I love supporting them in their passions, in their business, in bettering themselves, in their family lives, in their kids' lives. And this community has truly given me so much. I moved to this community before ever having children and have raised my kids here. And so it's a way to give back. It's a way for natural connectors like you and I to truly connect other women and to support other women here in our incredible community. So that's really why I wanted to be a part.
Which is one of the million things that makes you so incredible to be around. I know we say this all the time when you meet people and they just have this attraction power and this energy. From the first time we had coffee, I could feel that and just wanted to get to know you more. And of course, we want this to be a very authentic space where women receive value. We're just real. I mean, we're both moms and we go through stuff that's hard and challenging. And that's why we want to support this amazing community of women. But can you tell people a little bit about your background, your family, which has really shaped the woman that you are today?
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, I'm a wife. My husband, Matt, and I have been married 19 years at this recording. We have lived in the Fort Mill area since 2007, which is great. I love this area. I am a mom, a proud mom of 2 teenage daughters. Yes, I will take all the prayers and thoughts. They attend Fort Mill High School and they keep us super busy. They're in cheerleading, they're in volleyball. We spend a good quality amount of time together, whether it's traveling for their sports, whether it's having our morning time before school where we have breakfast. We laugh a lot. We cry a lot. We go through things, but we go through things together. And really our motto of our family life is just trying to show up and be the best we can every day. And that looks a little bit different every day for us. And we're real. Our entire family, we're very hardworking and we're just really trying to show up. Every day is not perfect. If I could have it for my family, it would be unicorns and rainbows all the time. But the reality is that's not real. And so even in some of those dark moments we've had in our life or challenging times, we just still try to show up and be grateful and thankful for the blessings that we do have. And my family honestly holds me accountable. They remind me daily to go after my goals that I have in life and not shortchange myself and really work hard to achieve them. And they do so as well. So a little bit kind of about them.
Well, I think it's a gift to have a family that's super supportive, especially when you are entrepreneurial, which you have an extensive background and have multiple businesses, which I know about, which is one of the, once again, many reasons why I think you're so incredible is because each of the roles you play as a mom, a wife, a friend, a family member, a business owner, you do so well. And that's hard to do because each of those roles are important. but you always put family first. Can you share a little bit about how having the experience on the corporate side and being very successful there, and then, having these things happen in life, wanting to put your family first led you to this entrepreneurial journey, which had all of this success. But when you started the journey, you might not have known, what that path was really going to look like. And sometimes that can be scary. So can you share how you started and this entrepreneurial path?
Yeah. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. So I basically can call myself now a serial entrepreneur over the last few years because I have really had so many different ideas. And some of those ideas have been home runs and some of them have been complete strikeouts. But when I fail, I really love to fail forward, and especially loving the entrepreneur side that I can make an impact in other people's lives. That's really where my heart is. And so I grew up in an entrepreneur family. My dad owned his own business, and from a very young age, he always told me, even if you work for a company, Kelly, you always need to have a 1099, right? Tax reasons, which I know you know all about. But, just really having that. I mean, he even used to say, our joke in our house was, Kelly, if you don't do anything in the service or you don't do anything from that aspect, own a tree farm. It's an easy 1099 to own, right? So we always used to joke about that, but he was an accountant. So I always looked at those benefits. But when I first got started, I was a college athlete. And when I finished, I went into trucking sales. So I moved to the Charlotte area, went into trucking sales, and I loved it. But I was on a salary and I was working so hard, and it didn't matter if I was number one or I was number 100. I was getting paid pretty much the same. And, being the type of person I was like, I want to get compensated for all of my hard work. I don't want to cap on it. So I found myself in the pharmaceutical industry for 15 years. I loved it so much. I was back in the industry before HIPAA where, I was really able to help doctors and be a service to them and educate patients. And that's where I really think I fell in love with serving other women, serving people in general, just, down that path. So I got really, really sick with a rare brain tumor, but that's really what shifted me out of the corporate world into the entrepreneur space. Now, the whole time I was in pharmaceuticals, I always was a 1099. I always had a little something going on, because that's what my dad raised me to do but I never made money doing it. Long story short, I ended up leaving the pharmaceuticals to really pursue full-time entrepreneur life in 2016. I focused at that point of my career. I was focusing working with a supplement company. Now I've expanded into peptides and longevity. My husband and I have done a lot of real estate investments, and we also own Sport Clips haircuts franchises. I did a few years as a business coach online as well, helping women really scale their business online using social media. So that's really kind of how I got started. I probably have my hands in too many pots, but I just have a big heart and love to serve and have a lot of ideas that I want to do. So,
well, somehow you still do everything well, despite doing so much and having so many things go on at once. I think being a mom of two young ladies automatically causes you to want to invest in women. And that starts with your own children. I mean, even from teaching them a skill of time management, so many adults don't have that. So you impart so much of your gifts into them. But where does your passion come from and supporting other women and really investing in them in general? Because everybody that knows you knows that about you, is that you are always looking to help women. How can you serve them? How can you help them be better? But where does that come from? Where does that desire come from?
Yeah, I think, really just empowering women, it just has everything to do with the core of where my heart is. I really realized that when I was going through, transitioning into the pharmaceuticals. And then as I realized, I stepped into the gifts, my true gifts. And my true gifts are serving and helping other people see the better versions of themselves. And whatever platform, whatever opportunities, whatever I can do to really see someone transform, or to see someone take an idea and they become successful with it, or making a connection with two women and then they have this beautiful business relationship or this beautiful friendship. That's really the core of what inspires me, is just helping women feel confident, encouraging them to take their own leap in whatever it is, and then being a cheerleader for them and really supporting them. It is a natural thing that just comes so natural to me. And once I identified that it was natural and I was really good at it. I really aligned myself with everything that serves that core mission, whether it's my daughters, whether it's my daughter's friends, whether it's business women I know, whether it's women in just the community from a friendship standpoint. So it really inspires me to see people make their own way and kind of their own path.
And it is so fulfilling. I know we've talked about this many times, whether it's events that we've hosted or just one-on-one conversations with women where if we feel like we've made an impact in their life and can help them in some area, it's like an organic high where it just makes you excited. It makes you feel like, oh my gosh, I want more of this. I want to help more people. And that kind of ties into, why this podcast. Of course, we're both so thrilled to have this opportunity, but why this specific thing? Because you've done so much to invest into women and you could do so many other things, but why Women of Fort Mill?
Well, it's so interesting because you know this story, but all the women here in Fort Mill don't know this story. And originally, the Women of Fort Mill podcast, was approached to be a co-host and an amazing woman who really started the podcast. And we were like, oh, this is going to be great. And I had to think about it. It's not that I didn't want to do it. I immediately was like, absolutely, this is a perfect fit for me. But the downside, it was like, I don't have time to do this, right? And so as the months go on and then I approached you about it, and I know both of us, we both have so many things going on. But as I thought about it, and I know as you thought about it, it's like, we are both natural connectors. We are both natural networkers. We both are natural cheerleaders for others. I know when I have attended the events that you have hosted, I am like, the women that are surrounded around Leah Williams are all amazing. So if you're listening and you know her, that is a compliment to you. But the reality is I really wanted to be a part of this because I know it's going to serve and it's going to help. And, it's starting out now, but I can see it in the future. I can see people saying like, I found out about her because of the Women of Fort Mill podcast. I found out about this, people moving into this town, people finding out about the nonprofits. I just can't wait to be of service to so many people here in the community. And so I'm really, really excited about that and really excited to hope to have a small difference in people's lives.
Well, that is so exciting. And I'm honored to do this with you. Ladies, we hope that every episode that you listen to, every post that you see, every woman that you're able to make a connection with because of this podcast truly has a positive impact in your life. So we would love for you to follow us on Instagram at Women of Fort Mill, SC, South Carolina. Join our email list so that you can keep up to date on all the new podcasts coming out, resources from the different speakers that we'll have. Send us a message, say hi. If you would like to be featured, we would love to share your story. Every woman has value to add to others that we can learn from. So we would love to share that with the Women of Fort Mill. Kellie, you shared so much today about your passions, your story, your why, your family. Any last words that you would share as we continue to grow this podcast and hopefully change more lives, especially in women here where we live?
Yeah, thank you so much. I just want to say, thanks to all the listeners and thanks for embracing us as we go down this venture of just serving the community and hopefully serving you, your business, your just life and enrich the community just in general. And we want you to participate. We want you to be a part of this. We want you to come to our launch event next month. And we just really want you to have the opportunity to truly be a part of the Women of Fort Mill podcast and all that is to come. And I know that we don't even know all the impact that's going to happen, but we're just inviting you in. We're inviting you to be a part of this community. And I'm so excited to be partnered with you, Leah.
Well, thank you, Kellie. I'm just as excited. And if you love this show so far, get ready because there's so much more to come. So hit subscribe on wherever you listen. Follow us on Instagram, join the email list. And once again, if you want to be featured or sponsor, go to our Instagram page, Linktree, where you can fill out the forms there. We would love to meet you and expect invites for the launch event next month. And until next time. Thank you for tuning in to Women of Fort Mill, South Carolina. We love bringing you the stories of these incredible women, and we hope you're walking away with a little extra inspiration every week. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to rate and review us wherever you listen. It helps us reach more amazing women like you and grow our supportive community.
And for all the latest updates, tips, and behind-the-scenes fun, make sure to follow us over on Instagram, Women of Fort Mill Podcast, and tag us to share what inspires you each week. Plus, join our email list to stay connected, be the very first to know about the new episodes and fun events. Thanks for being a part of our Fort Mill family. We'll see you next week with another inspiring woman right here at Women of Fort Mill Podcast.